Hey guys, how's it going? I just thought I'd quickly share my current Forest Cup team, some games I did with some of my friends, and some strangers that I found on random Discord servers. So here are the games, let's just go right into it. So my first opponent is Nico Vic from the Netherlands that I found in the European Pokemon League server, and he's going to start leading with Kingdra against my Mantine, which is a very good lead. I tried to bait the Bubble Beam here. Well, I wouldn't call it a bait, but I quickly tried to switch to my Ferrothorn so I can tank either the Outrage or the Hydro Cannon, which I'll resist both. But then he comes in with his Heracross, which hard counters me. So I quickly try to get this Flash Cannon off because I know he's just going to farm me down, which does quite a lot of damage, but it doesn't outright kill. I'm going to go into my Mantine here, and it's one fast attack is going to feint it down because it's double weak to flying. I can tank both its Mega Horn and its Close Combat because of my flying type. Unfortunately, he's going to come in with Galvantula here, so I'm going to quickly get off a Bubble Beam and switch so that my Jumpluff can have a better time with these resisted, well not resisted, but reduced damage attacks. I probably shouldn't have shielded because it's not going to do that much damage, and my aerial aces there would do neutral damage, so he's right to shield there, but he does a really good switch here and catching the energy ball, and then he's going to come back, meaning his stats are no longer nerfed. And I do a mistake here. I go for energy ball. Bug resists grass, so it's not going to kill it. And I am going to try to catch the next Volt Switch here, but the switch quickly came up, but I wasn't really fast enough, and I end up losing. But very, very close game. So for the second game, I actually got a good lead with my Smackdown Crustle, which is going to hurt this Galvantula pretty hard. He switches into his Heracross, and I switch into my Jumpluff. Any of these aerial aces would one-hit KO, so he's right to shield. He wants to get at least one Mega Horn off because with neutral damage it does quite a lot because Heracross hits really hard. I do get a bit of lag here, so I would have gotten to my aerial ace faster, but because of the lag he wanted the CMP and forcing me to shield there. So he's gonna let this go and he's gonna farm this down with Galvantula. I tried to get an aerial ace off here. I know he's gonna shield, so I'm gonna I try to switch into the Crustle, but because of the immense lag, I couldn't really finish it off with fast attacks. I've never really had a game where it was so laggy that there was two spinning balls. So yeah, pretty unfortunate. And because of the feint of the Jumpluff, I still have my switch, so I tried to switch here and go for the mirror matchup. I'm still quite confident I can win because I have a shield and I have health advantage against against the mirror. I do know I'm pretty confident that he's gonna switch though, so I keep my energy for the when the Galvantula comes in, and then I'm just going to use the shield to protect me and then switch. So I have the energy there for the Ferrothorn, so I use the Crustle to feint him down. But unfortunately, that doesn't really kill him, and then
no way.
And I lose the CMP. Yeah. So for our third game, we have Crustle and Kingdra, which we've used as leads before, but not against each other. The Smackdowns and the Dragon Breath do similar damage to each other. However, this X-Scissor is not going to do as much damage as the Octokuza or the Outrage, so I am forced to shield. And even though my attack gets nerfed, I am able to feint it down with Smackdowns. And whatever comes in here next, I'm just going to switch because one, he resists all my moves, and two, my attack is nerfed, so there's no point wasting my energy. I instantly go into my Jumpluff and met with Ferrothorn. I'm going to use all the rest of the shields I have here because I want to do as much damage as I can because this is my best counter for the Ferrothorn. And I want to have the Mantine against the Heracross one-on-one. So if I can chip away as much damage as I can on this, it means I have more time with Mantine against Heracross. I actually do manage to feint this down, but only because he didn't use any of his shields. I'm guessing he wanted to keep his shields for the Heracross so he can do like a sweep of my entire team, knowing that I have Crustle in the back and he resists both my moves. But he didn't know that I had Mantine, which is just gonna feint this down without the need of having to use shields. So well played, GG Nico Vic. Please DM me anytime if you want to do any more practices. So yeah, GG. So my next sparring partner is Jay Carlito V, and you can notice that our teams are very identical, except that his Crustle is not running Smackdown like mine is. He's gonna get that energy faster than me, but I am doing super effective damage. I take a big risk not shielding that potential Rock Blast, which would have probably killed me. And seeing as he shielded mine, I'm gonna shield his, just so that I can maintain my lead advantage. And my switch advantage, I mean. He's going to switch in with Ferrothorn here, so I'm going to quickly get this X-Scissor off, which is going to do neutral damage, and then switch into my Jumpluff. I don't know why he switches into Blaziken here. Maybe with the one shield scenario it does better, but I think if you're doing that, you need to use a Blast Burn to pull that off. And so I take another big risk. I think I counted to 6 there, and it was Blaze Kick. So I didn't shield because I knew I would survive it. I had Mantine in the back, so I just decided to let this go. Oh, not even Mantine, but also Crustle. I can feint this down quickly with Smackdowns. And this is pretty close. I decide to shield this one because it's going to do the most damage. And before he can get another one, I decide to nerf his attacks because I feel the only way I can win is to survive his next 2 Power Whips. So I get the aerial ace off, but not before a nerfed Power Whip. And just through that, I am barely able to take the game. So yeah, GG, well played. So for our next game, we have the Crustle against Kingdra again. Except this time, unlike Nico Vic, Carlos is going to shield the X-Scissor, which puts me in a bad spot because I can't feint this down. So I'm just going to switch. I kind of assumed that my attack is going to go down, so I just switched. And I think he was trying to be smart and catching this energy ball, but it was an aerial ace and went into the jump off to be super effective. So now I do have like a health advantage here. Knowing that, I do actually make a few mistakes here. Knowing that I have that health advantage, I shouldn't have needed to shield here. And I should have. I think he did get a few extra bullet seeds in between those attacks. Well, I think there I would have survived, so I didn't have to shield. So when I do see this Electivire come in, I do get pretty scared because Electivire with a shield. And when I have no shield, it's so dangerous because he can pretty much just sweep your team. And he's just going to farm me down here. And he's going to shield just to be safe. And with this extra energy, he can pretty much sweep my entire team. But unfortunately for him, I kind of asked him what happened because he just kind of goes on autopilot here when he has like 10 Thundershocks. I did ask him and he said, oh yeah, my girlfriend came in with cat videos. So unfortunately for him, but he would have won that game because I had Mantine in the back and he would have just easily killed that as well with Electivire. So yeah, unfortunate. Priorities. You gotta look out for your girlfriend. Hose before Pokemon goes. Yeah. GG, well played. So for our final game, I lead Crustle once again, and I'm really liking the Smackdown on Crustle because it matches well with a lot of the flyers like Mantine and Jumpluff. It checks the bug types like Galvantula and even Crustle as well in the mirror, and it does really well against fire types like Blaziken. So I am able to fast attack it down with the Smackdown because he didn't shield that Rock Blast. And seeing as he didn't shield before, I go for a shield bait here. Which is successful, but it doesn't really matter because I'm not able to get to another one. I come in with the Mantine here to chip away at it with bone attacks, but I take a big risk here and not shield this potential Stone Edge. And as soon as the Blaze Kick comes off, he goes into his Electivire. And normally this is a pretty ballsy play because if you go into a Mantine, it can just Bubble Beam you and then switch, and then you're like switch lock with nerf attack. But because Electivire does so well into my Mantine and Jumpluff, and you saw how much Ice Punch did there, even with the nerfed attack, it does double super effective into my jump bluff. So it's very strong. So even with the nerf attack, I do need to kill this. So I'm just trying to shield bait as much as I can. I'm surprised he let this go because the Electivire is a really good answer for the rest of my team. But I guess he just let it go because with the shields that are gone, he thought he could get to Stone Edge, but he unfortunately cannot. And I asked him how far he was, and he said he was 1 attack away. So very close, GG. My next practice buddy is AlloutBlitzle, running a very spicy team, and kudos to him using Zeb Striker, given his name. I guess he kind of has to. I kind of lose the lead here. I should have switched immediately, but I also want to see how much damage my X-Scissor does. This is a practice game, so I am also kind of experimenting around. I am forced to shield that Stone Edge, which would have killed me. And as soon as I switch into the jump bluff, he goes into Mantine. And with a shield down, it's a pretty bad matchup for me. I do get the energy ball off there, which is really good. I'm hoping this is a bubble beam, so I don't shield, but it is an aerial ace. And seeing as he didn't shield before, I decided to shield bait this time, which he shields. And unfortunately, he does get a bubble beam off here, which I shield, unfortunately. And so this energy ball isn't gonna kill it off. So I decided to quickly switch with the Electivire and just get some fast attack damage here. I do go for this Ice Punch here, which he shields as he should, and the Stone Edge pretty much one-hit KOs me, and then he just fast attacks me down with his super effective mud shots. And at this point, he did get that extra energy, so he does reveal that he has Sludge Bomb there. I wouldn't have done that. I would have just gone for Stone Edge. Keep your secrets, you know. You don't give any information off if you're gonna win anyway. I go for this X-Scissor for like an eternity here because of the lag. But at this point of the game, I've pretty much lost. I just kind of want to see how much damage the Power Whip does. And yeah, GG, completely read me there. And yeah, well played. So this time I read him, thinking he would lead Quagsire twice in a row. So I go with Jump Bluff, which pretty much has good matchups with his entire team other than the Ferrothorn. He does catch the Energy Ball perfectly there. And I can survive the Flash Cannon and the Power Whip, so I'm not going to shield, I'm just going to farm it down. And whatever comes out, I'm just going to hit it with this Blast Burn, because I'm pretty sure they won't shield. And I probably... I could have got that Blaze Kick there, but I was hoping to get another Blast Burn. I go into Mantine here, and then like I said before, he switches in, which is really dangerous because I can just Bubble Beam this and have like a guaranteed good matchup on my next game, and I don't have to use any shields, and I can just pretty much farm this down and tank these, even though they're super effective because of the damage buff. Damage debuff, sorry, I can just fast attack this down and just have a lot of energy. And seeing as he has 2 shields, I go for the energy bait here with the aerial ace, and he is pretty low anyway, so I could see why he shielded, and I'm gonna shield this anyway. Unfortunately, it's a bubble beam, but I just wanted to make sure that I get all my energy out. And so it is gonna be an energy ball this time, but he's gonna shield that as well. And there's no point in staying with my nerfed attack, so I'm just gonna switch. But he bubble beams me again, which I had pretty good idea he would, and I pretty much just take the game there. So yeah, be careful switching into Mantine, it's pretty dangerous. So for the last game, I decide to lead Blaziken, and he finally decides to use his signature Zebra. I do get to the Blaze Kick first, so I'm just like, okay, sure, I can just shield whatever he throws and then beat him up. But what he actually does here is pretty smart, because it's quite a niche, spicy Pokemon that not many people knows. He overfarms, just so that just to fool me into thinking that I can fast attack him down. So he does take both shields away. So that's a pretty good trick if you guys want to use that. I just throw away the Blast Burn, and then I quickly switch in to my Jump Bluff, and then he switches into his Shiftry, which is also pretty spicy. I'm assuming it's like Dark Pulse, but actually it was Hurricane, which almost wipes me out. But because Jump Bluff is so tanky, I am able to get a few of these aerial aces in before. But it does not kill him because he has that extra shield, and then he finishes me off with the Leaf Blade. I fast attack him down with the Blaziken, and I'm hoping to get another Blast Burn before he can kill me. He does lag. I got like 2 hits in there, so I let him get 2 hits, and then on the 3rd hit, I think I would have won CMP there with the Blaze Kick, but yeah, I wasn't gonna lose anyway, so I just kind of let him have it, and bringing in with my Mantine and taking the game. So GG's. So yeah, there you have it. Those are some of my practice games I had with some of my people that I know and people that I didn't know. I hope I inspired you. I didn't really use much Electivire and Ferrothorn, but we did see a bit of that on the opposing side. I highly recommend Crustle. I think both Fury Cutter and Smackdown are good choices. So yeah, I hope you learned something new, and I'll probably be making another video in a few days or a week or 2 weeks. Who knows? I'm actually so bad at making these. But thank you very much for watching to the end. Azri out.